How's it going, YouTube? JayTheKid00 here, coming at you guys with a tournament diary from today's locals. Today was a locals that I've been playing in back in my hometown in Milton Keynes. And for a kind of change of pace, I was going to play Mermail, but I ended up going and finally convincing myself to play Fire Fist again, because after last locals I wasn't that impressed by them, and I ended up playing them again today, and I really quite enjoyed it. I didn't have the best record. I went 3-2 in Swiss, making top 8 only just. And then I ended up losing in top 4 to a wind-up player. The games were pretty straight. I managed to play. One thing I noted throughout the whole event, which I'll probably bring up a lot, was I opened double Warwolf so damn often. Like you can ask anyone who saw me that was there. Like the amount of times I had double Warwolf wasn't even funny. I had commons, and just because to shake the curse of the commons that I borrowed, I bought these supers at the end of the event. I really didn't want to, but I just really never wanted to draw that many Warwolves ever again, so hopefully these will be a bit better. Like, cause I really thought it was because the commons were bent or something like that, and it was horrible. But I'm really happy with how the deck performed. To talk about, I'm sorry about the clicking in the background. Cupcakey is laptopping away and talking to friends, because we're away from Wales at the moment. To talk about how rounds went, round 1 I ended up almost having the bye, and then a player turned up late, so I ended up getting paired against him, and I ended up playing Hazy Flames, and he, without taking damage, he pushed me to nearly 2100 in the first game, simply because I made a couple of misplays, and I couldn't target his stuff, I couldn't target any of his Hazy Flames until he started going into Exceeders, and he managed to pin me down behind a Strike Bouncer, and I was stuck on 5 back row. I had a Dark Hole, but I couldn't Dark Hole because I had 5 back row down. And eventually I managed to play out of it, because eventually he was really afraid of attacking into my back row, and I finally managed to Mirror Force him when he attacked, and then came back from there with a bear and just played out of it from there. Round 2, for the life of me, I've already forgotten some of my rounds. The worst part is I've forgotten that one. I'm actually just going to go through the deck profile, and we'll talk about the matchups afterwards, because I'm really useless, and I keep forgetting all my matchups. So, let's continue. Let's start with the deck profile. I played 3 copies of Gmort Warwolf. Some people will argue, why isn't this Vorse Raider? And I will completely understand why you would ask me that. But I really quite like Gmort Warwolf. Going into a locals where I'm unsure of the meta, I really like Warwolf simply for its 2k vanilla-ness. And there were so many times today where the fact that it is 2k and not 1-9 was so useful. This beat over Thunder Kings quite frequently, and just beat over quite dangerous 1-9 sized monsters. So it was just really nice to have, and just that 2k is a really nice round chunk, and it helps with my math, because I don't like doing awkward life point damage, and when you just go poof 2k, it's quite nice. But, I mean, Warwolf, I just liked the muscle behind it. And there wasn't that much of a problem. I mean, drawing it in 1s and 2s wasn't really that bad, because at the same time it was a 2k beat stick, but it just made my rabbits dead, because I mean, one game against a wind-up player, game 1, I opened Warwolf, Rabbit, and that was like an insta-loss. It was horrible, but yeah, things happen. I played double Rabbit, just double Rabbit. I resolved this way less than I should have, mainly because I drew more Warwolves than I did Rabbit. I drew 2 Warwolf more often than I drew 1 Rabbit, which was not nice. But such is Yu-Gi-Oh! Such is luck. It happens. I played Double Tour Guide. This is really kind of unique to my build. A lot of people dislike this, and to be fair, I understand why. But I figured the Tour Guides were really nice because I play Avarice in this deck. It's another crazy card. Because I play Avarice, it gives me a way to recycle my Warwolves and recycle the Rabbit play, which I actually got off twice today. I got the Levier play off twice today. And it was just a really nice way to recycle that. And also, it gives me access to Zenmains and Acid Golem, which are 2 cards I played in my extra deck, as problem-solving cards. Because I found in this deck you don't need the 4s that much, so you kind of have room to tinker with other things, especially seeing as I'm not American and we don't have Black Ship. I don't have the Black Ship in here and things like that, so we have space. I just really like the tour guides as problem solvers, and they can loop the rabbit, so they're quite nice. Then, of course, as I said, I am playing Fire Fist. I genuinely am. So I played 3 copies of Fire Fist Bear, the best normal summonable monster in the deck, arguably, besides like the rabbit and the tour guide. Bear is just so good. He keeps this deck rolling around. He is your instant monster removal, and he's your main plus engine. So Bear, so good. I played 1 Gorilla. This is literally all the Fire Fist stuff I played in the main deck, monster-wise. The 1 Gorilla to deal with back row. I found myself throughout the day wishing I'd played more. I was recommended by a friend to only play 3 Bear, 1 Gorilla, because I was playing 3 Bear, 2 Gorilla, 1 Dragon. And I really liked that. My friend was constantly telling me, no, 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 you should be playing it a lot differently, you should be playing it like this. And I took his advice, and I played it for this locals, and yes, while I did do okay, there were so many occasions where I really wish I had the extra gorilla or had the dragon to make plus plays. So I really am feeling that I'm going to go back to my gut build and really kind of stay by what I wanted to play rather than what he wanted me to play. So sorry, Ash, but I like the deck the way I like to play it. And then for the last 2 months I played Double Reborn Tengu. These cards are the absolute shit in this deck. They are insane. People really don't like Tengu now that it's a 2, but Tengu is so good in this deck, it's not even funny, and the amount of floating you can do turn 1 when you drop this is incredible. Like, I don't really have to talk about it. Literally just play this deck on DN or Dev Pro and test it, and you'll find out how good this is just by putting it in. Because I didn't like it originally, and I was just like, wow, this is saving my life. Then I played the 1 Reborn, the 1 Dark Hole, the 1 Storm. A lot of people really didn't think I would play Storm, and it was a shock play. But I really quite like Storm for those push plays that you are eventually going to need to make. If you are in a good enough position where you've got a heavy back row from like plussing off of bears, etc., you're not going to need to Storm. But if you're in a bad position, you're usually not going to have that much back row, so you're in a great position to Storm anyway, and then try and push with bears and things like that. So the Storm was pretty good. I didn't dislike it. Then I played the 1 Avarice, which was the tech. I got this off quite a lot. I think it was dead in hand once. I opened it quite a lot and played into it quite nicely by having... I usually had Rabbit whenever I had Avarice, which was quite nice. So the Avarice was a really good card. I really liked it. I might take it out. I did side it out occasionally. There were a lot of times when I sided out 2 Tour Guide and the Avarice to stop me looping the rabbits, but that was also the times when I would then draw into double Werewolf, which was never nice. And then for the 2 Elves, I played double MST. I didn't like 3. I might bump up to 3, but 2 is enough for now. Double Duality, because Duality is really good in a deck where you don't special summon nearly as much as like wind-ups, etc. So Duality is good. Double Forbidden Lance. This card is absolutely amazing in this deck. Simply for like the amount of times I summoned a bear and it would have gotten bottomless and I lanced. There were so many times when I had the first Werewolf and I would summon the second Werewolf. My opponent would attempt to bottomless that Werewolf and I would lance it, and then I'd be able to go completely off, and it was so good at protecting stuff. Then for the fire formation stuff, I played Triple Tenki. Just Tenki is Tenki is Tenki. Best card in the deck. And then Double Tensu. I'm considering dropping this to 1 because I didn't find myself needing it nearly as much as I did. I'm considering dropping it to 1 in favour of more of the traps because I quite missed having Tensen in the deck. So I'd really like to put Tensen back in. But Tensu was good. It served a purpose. I didn't use it nearly as much as I thought I would, but again, such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Then for the trap lineup, the kind of meat of the deck, we played 1 Mirror Force. I don't like 2 at the moment. Double Dimensional Prison, because I managed to get lovely German ones recently off of the vendor, so double Prison. Double Phoenix Chain. These were really good through the event. Really good against like Mermail, Wind Up, everything. So they were nice and fun. Then played Double Bottomless Trap Hole. Just such a good card. No real comments beyond there. Double Torrential Tribute. 1 Solemn Warning. 1 Judgment. 1 Road, which I resolved so many times, it was not even funny. So, this card was so good through the event, and I absolutely loved it, so... yeah, Starlight Road was good stuff. I resolved it, I think, at least 3 or 4 times, and the threat of it was just so good throughout the event. Like, I really love the Starlight Road. I'm considering bumping it to 2 because it was just so damn good. And then for the last trap I played was 1 Fire Formation Tenken. A lot of people don't like this card. It put in a lot of work for me. The problem was I kept drawing it at really bad times, which is the worst part. Normally I would go Tiger King and get this, and then I'd be set. But sadly, things just didn't go my way. But as I keep saying through this video, such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, for the extra deck. This extra deck is really weird, and so is the side. Because I was missing stuff, I left stuff back in Wales, and I wasn't really prepared to make a side or an extra for this. So it's really quite weird, but... let's get into it. So for the extra deck of this, I played 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Firefist Tiger King. The 3 are actually grounded. Normally a lot of people only play 2, and I completely understand that, but in my testing on Dev Pro, etc., I found myself in some situations where I needed a 3rd. So the 3rd was in there, so don't argue, folks. I just liked the 3rd. Then I played 1 Utopia, because Utopia 1 Matric, 1 Direwolf, 1 Chidori, because this is really good with double Tengu. And you will get double Tengu eventually, occasionally. Abyss Dweller, Papal Imperative. This was a Gaga Cowboy, but I borrowed it and I had to give it back. 1 Shotmaster, 1 Acid Golem, 1 Levier, 1 Zenmains, and 1 Stardust Dragon. That was the complete extra deck. And this Stardust came out so damn often. It was so crazy. The side is really jumbled, and I would really reconsider this side after the events of today, but there was stuff I was missing, and there were changes that I would gladly make following today's events. I played double Fossil Diner. This was really good. I never actually got it off, but like having this was just really nice to have in hand as the out. Double Maxi. I never actually drew this. I played against Wind Up twice. I'm against the same Wind Up player twice, which was not fun, but hey, what are you going to do? Double TK, I never saw these. I sided these in loads and I never saw them, so that was fun. 1 Banisher, never saw this when I sided it in. I sided it against the 2 Mermail players I played, I never saw it. The 1 MST, I saw this a couple of times. Trouble Fissure, these were really good. These won me the games against one of my Mermail games, and it won me one of my Hazy Flame games. Double Shadow Mirror, these never went in because I never had a Shadow matchup. 1 Mind Crush, and I never saw it, and 1 Dust Tornado, and I never saw it. Like, I think I sided in each and every card except for the Shadow Mirrors in this side, and I don't think I ever saw any of them except the Fissures, which was not fun. I saw the Diner, but I never actually played it. Never actually got its effect off, so the side was pretty redundant. But yeah, otherwise that's about everything I wanted to talk about. This has been my tournament diary on like Gym Warped Warwolf, Rabbit, Firefist. I really cannot remember my matchups. I don't know why, but I've completely drawn a blank. So if you guys are interested in my matchups, they will be in the description below, and I might put some comments next to them about like how they went, etc., etc. But otherwise, I really can't remember them for the life of me. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this deck profile / mini tournament diary, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube. Bye.